It's Monday, June 19th. Good morning. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Topping your headlines, an East Mauritius woman has died and her husband seriously injured after a motorcycle crash in Manorville. It happened here at the intersection of Wading River Road and South Street just before noon on Father's Day. Police say a woman in a BMW trying to make a left slammed into the motorcycle. They say Delio and Lorraine DeCufa were both thrown from the bike. Mrs. DeCufa was taken to the hospital but couldn't be helped. Her husband was airlifted to Stony Brook with serious injuries. The driver of the car wasn't hurt. A West Babylon woman was killed in a crash in Lindenhurst. Detectives say a man driving on Route 109 yesterday went through a red light and hit another car crossing over straight path. They say Giuseppe Giordano died at a local hospital. Her 12-year-old passenger was also rushed to the hospital. She is expected to recover from her injuries. The investigation into the deadly crash is ongoing. A centuries-old church has been destroyed by fire.
It's devastating. The church sustained damage throughout the entire sanctuary. All the walls are burned. And those walls had the original wood from the 1869 church. So all of that is gone.
Flames broke out here at the Episcopal Church of the Messiah in Central Islip around 2 yesterday morning. It took volunteer firefighters from 7 departments to extinguish the flames. The house of worship was originally built on Church Street in 1890 or 69 rather, before the current structure went up on Carlton Avenue in 1923. Church officials say the congregation will find a way to move forward and continue to celebrate Mass. The country's newest federal holiday, Juneteenth, is being celebrated across the country and here on the island today. It was June 19, 1865, when Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, to tell enslaved Black Americans they were free. It came 2 months after the end of the Civil War and 2.5 years after President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. The teachings of Juneteenth have expanded in local schools since becoming a federal holiday 2 years ago. Some districts, like here in Malvern, added lessons and events to commemorate the day. But many teachers say they've been teaching students about the history of Freedom Day for years. He fled slavery and fought for the Union during the Civil War, but Alfred Griffin's grave didn't have a headstone for over a century until now. NewsdayTV's Drew Scott has the story.
A military guard dressed in Civil War uniforms marched to a drumbeat up the hill at the Hauppauge Rural Cemetery. They're members of the Society of the Grand Army of the Republic. When they learned recently there were no grave markers for 3 military veterans here, they went to work. This sailor and these soldiers' graves went totally unmarked. That was until today. One of the veterans buried here was a self-emancipated stonemason, Alfred Griffin. The former slave could have fled north and made a comfortable living, but instead he chose to stay in the South and fight for the Union, a fitting way to observe Juneteenth Day, according to the Grand Army's Daniel Prunty.
Joined the U.S. Navy, was emancipated on the ship by the captain, served 1 year. His enlistment was up, got off the ship, got on another ship, joined there, joined the Navy 3 times.
The other soldiers honored with VA headstones were Private Wesley Wheeler, who also fought in the Civil War, and David Walker, who served in World War I. Griffin's granddaughter is 96 and was unable to attend today, but her church deacon was presented with a flag.
I request that you present this American flag to Miss Jean Griffin.
We remember his service to our nation and community, and this day with this marker, so our brother will never be forgotten again.
I'm thankful that people would remember her family.
Now you have a flag. What are you going to do with that?
Oh, this is going to Jean. This is hers. This is hers, and she'll see this is a reality.
A reality, finally, after more than 100 years, and all 3 graves forgotten nevermore. In Hauppauge, Drew Scott for NewsdayTV.
Alfred Griffin's legacy will continue on. To read more about the graveside dedication ceremony, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now for a look at your hyper-local weather, here's a look at your current conditions. Right now we're sunny and partly cloudy today in the 60s. And here's a look at your futurecast. Slight change for some spotty showers this afternoon. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can. High School Sports is sponsored by PC Richard & Son.
Time now for the Diamonds on the Diamond. Carissa Kelman introduces us to the best of the best high school baseball players.
The Baseball Awards dinners are a culmination of the season's greatest accomplishments from the top players on Long Island. But there are a few awards that stand above the rest.
Pat Met ace Josh Noth became the third two-time winner of the Carl Yastrzemski Award, given to Suffolk's most outstanding player.
I wasn't expecting it, but I can't even put it into words. It's just like it's a really good moment.
And Charlie West of Ward Melville took home the Gibson Award as Suffolk's outstanding pitcher.
With all the great pitchers in our class this year and all across Long Island, it means a lot to be able to be in the same conversation as them and end up winning it over them.
For Lindenhurst's Thomas Charlwood, winning the Silver Slugger Award was a memorable way to end the season.
I couldn't go out much better way my senior year, winning all these awards. I'm sure I get to hang this up on the wall. Pretty cool.
In Nassau, the top performances in the county are recognized through the Diamond Awards, given to the top hitter and pitcher.
Congratulate the winner of the 2023 Dawn Lang Diamond Award to Kieran Keogh.
It's definitely an accomplishment, but the job's not done. I still got a whole nother year. It'd be nice to win this again next year, too.
Division Avenue's James Sill was the recipient of the Diamond Award for his powerful pitching this season, which included 5 straight shutouts.
It means everything, especially because Coach Doug Robbins, legend at Division. I'm really happy to win this.
For the county's academic, athletic, and community service achievements, one standout player is awarded a plaque and a scholarship.
The 2023 Michael Capozzi Award and a $1,000 scholarship to Matt Flagler of Roslyn High School.
What does it mean to you to win this award and scholarship?
It's amazing. I feel like I worked pretty hard, and I feel like it all paid off.
Carissa Kelman for Newsday TV.
Congratulations. For more on the players of the year, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. It's been a decade since 6 Long Island women starred in a Bravo reality show. Our Elisa DiStefano tells us what the princesses of Long Island are up to now. It's a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Eric stole Casey's boyfriend. Big deal.
Princesses Long Island debuted a decade ago. The Bravo reality show followed the friendship of 6 Long Island women. It featured Long Island destinations, complete with a heavy dose of drama. But after just one season, the show and many of the friendships came to an end.
So what better place to catch up with some of the princesses than Oheka Castle?
Hi! Roslyn's Ashley White is the only former princess who calls Long Island her full-time home.
It's been 10 years since I got mic'd up. People recognize me, and when they do the, are you the, and they recognize my dad. My dad was the breakout star. About the show, you only see 40 minutes of it. You don't see the entire, we filmed for hours. You don't see that. I moved back to Long Island when my mom passed.
Ashley spent years taking care of her mom.
My mom had Alzheimer's. It's so hard. My family and I were her caregivers for about 5 years.
And now gives back to many charities and is also a mental health advocate.
And also, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I wasn't on the show. I didn't even know really about wrestling, but I became after the show. So I would say Ashley is a die-hard WWE fan.
Hi, Chanel.
Hi, Elisa. How are you?
We caught up with Chanel Omari in her New York City apartment.
Doing this anniversary means so much to me because it shows how important the show really was. I think it was really important to capture the culture of Long Island and how people from Long Island always keep to their roots and they don't change. You know, just because I'm a city girl, I'll always have the Long Island girl in me.
Chanel has a podcast, Chanel in the City.
And basically, it's a mental health and comedy podcast that covers pop culture topics.
She also still does stand-up comedy.
And I do a show called the All-Star Comedy Show in honor of City Harvest.
And credits Princesses for much of her success.
It really helped me kind of be strong and confident of what I wanted to do in life and how I wanted to move forward.
Reporting from Columbia, South Carolina. I really do miss Long Island. I haven't had a bagel since I left.
Amanda Bertoncini moved to South Carolina with her husband in February.
Well, my husband's Steven. He's a South Shore boy. So this North Shore girl married a South Shore boy. He's from Massapequa. Sometimes when I see pictures of some of these ladies, it just brings back this nostalgia in me where I just want to go back to that place. But, I always have a soft spot for all of the ladies in my heart. I was 26 years old and I was trying to navigate all these parts of my life. And then doing it on national television, it was just, we were definitely thrown into it. I don't think we ever knew what was to come.
Amanda has made a career in media, working as an advertising exec, and has her own YouTube channel.
After we went on that whole press tour for Princesses of Long Island, I learned about, being interviewed, and I kind of wanted to do it back. I wanted to be in that seat. So it just gave me a big leg up into that world.
Casey Cohen lived in the city during the show, and that's where she still is now. She took her lifelong passion for fitness and made it her profession.
I teach at Lifetime, teach high performance cycling as well as HIIT. I'm in the best place I've ever been, and being single in the city has allowed me to really work on myself. I am beyond happy that I did the show. I honestly would do it again if I was given the opportunity. For me, it really gave me the chance to step into who I was and deal with any kind of issues that I had and heal.
So will we ever see the princesses reunite and share the screen again?
Is that something that you would ever do?
That just gave me anxiety.
Do you think that will ever happen?
No.
I pray for a reunion every day.
And we still have such a large fan base. They're still just hoping we'll have a reunion.
When your mind goes into that space and that drama, I don't want to regress. So I'm happy where I am.
There's so much hurt and pain, but so much love. I think I would say that I would never do this I wouldn't do this experience if it wasn't for them. I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. No matter what we went through, I think no matter what, I'll have their back.
To read more about the Princesses of Long Island, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Happy Juneteenth. Thanks for watching.